No, in the work of God, it doesn't like in the work of God, you don't give a shit who's attractive or not. In fact, this is what it sounds like to be a bunch of gods over by the truckers. Here comes the great god blank. Husband coming on in. Here comes the great goddess blank. Ford extra. Here comes a pile of gods and goddesses. This guy, this husband candidate, he's really, really hot. Act extra, extra homeless, extra unappealing, extra unattractive. Repellent overload. I'm old, I'm fat, and I'm ugly. I can kick on the burps and farts, and I don't know what else can I do. I already look like whatever I look like. What more do I got? Because, in the world of God, looks don't mean anything. So when you work among gods, when you're chosen among gods, when gods rely on you and put the power of God in you, it had absolutely never anything to do with what you look like. So, like, you don't want any man to be attracted to you. I don't want a man to find me appealing in any way. Because then you know that their devotion is just to what is good, what is right. Their love and devotion is only to God out of choice and devotion and dedication and sacrifice. And you know that when they choose to love or marry you, goddamn, there was nothing in it but love. Because superficial shit won't save an angel. And some hot guy is not going to be the daddy of tomorrow. You know, could Daddy of Tomorrow be attractive after he passes every test that proves that his attractiveness doesn't really matter any which way? But he really would carry a dead angel, you know, to a god to get the angel fixed. If he couldn't fix the angel, he would definitely cry like a loving father when a god is brutally hurt too badly. He would be the dedication and reality of the family of God that you would want. So if you were good at picking out a husband or a wife, this dating thing is for shit. Because when you date, you pretend to be a billion things, and then you find out how much you're fake when you date, and you just let it all hang out when you're married. If you guys were smart, you just let it hang out on the first date. And be like, okay, I farted, I burped, I did everything. It's the first date, take it or leave it. The first guy that says, I don't know, none of it really bothered me, he's a pretty good one. The first guy that says, wow, I still really find you appealing and I want to keep going, that guy probably loves you. The guy that says, this is going to sound weird, but it just makes me more excited, I'm ready to jump in, that guy would probably be your soulmate or the best marriage ever known. So, like, you just don't know the secrets of life. But I'll teach you a really fun secret. Fart. And tell your boyfriend to smell your fart. And tell you what he thinks when he smells your fart. It tells you all about how much he will ever, forever love you or not. When a man's dick is inside your vagina, your soul is magically connected. And God's made it because it makes sex and babies so magical and beautiful and precious. So when you have a penis in your vagina, or when your penis is in a vagina, it's a very soul-to-soul deep bond made by God's to be like that. Well, farting is your deep inner self. And really, when your boyfriend smells your fart and tells you all about how grossed out he is or how sick or how much he hates, it means everything about your personality and shit he wouldn't like that much anyway. And you guys, if you did get married or were together, it wouldn't last very long. A lot of the answers they give after smelling your fart would tell you everything. And it's weirdly, bizarrely, like tea leaves in a cup for those of us with powers. Have you ever put a bunch of tea leaves in the cup and you drink the tea and you're like, oh, this tea is so good. And the best part is that I have powers to give me the answers at the bottom of the cup at the end. And you see the tea leaves, and the tea leaves look like a swastika. How do you say that on Earth? Swastika. I'm asking one of my army babies. My babies have been jumping into cars and thinking about people's living rooms and how fun it is to visit people and all kinds of things. Oh, okay. And you look at the cup with the tea at the bottom after you drink the tea, and your powers have mixed with the leaves, and it's so perfect and magical, and it has brought you the answer. Like a really fun magic 8-ball. It has magically told you a billion shitty things about some boy you worship so much. And you're like, I want to redo this tea forever until it tells me he's as hot as I think he is. I want to make these tea leaves over and over until they make a heart and say we are destined to be married. But like the tea will not lie, and it keeps showing up shittiness. And then like clockwork, after about 2 or 3 weeks, you don't even like the guy anymore, and you're like, man, he just seemed like such a dream man. Yeah. And how many men are going to just say, whip out the fart, not the first date. Let me see how compatible our future forever is. But these are the weird, bizarre things you learn when you're just so dang smart.